Twitter's ethical standards are being questioned this morning. That's because an account believed to belong to a Taliban spokesperson is still up and running, but others, like former President Trump, have been permanently banned. Joining us now to react is biotech entrepreneur and author of Woke Inc. that comes out today. We're going to get to that. VIVEK Ramaswamy. Good morning to you, VIVEK. Thanks for coming on.
Good morning, Ainsley. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. We wanted to get your reaction. You know, President Trump is permanently banned. A lot of conservatives have been censored, yet the Taliban is allowed to tweet.
Yeah, look, the hypocrisy is staggering. And these companies are the most powerful companies, I believe, in human history. And they have now turned their back on America. And this is actually not only one of the themes I talk about in my book, this is one of the themes that we ought to appreciate as an American people right now, is that the companies that we have produced are not advancing American interests one bit. And the discussion about their terms of use or their terms of service really is just a smokescreen for being able to do whatever allows them to aggregate the most power on a given day. And the fact that they are now advancing the Taliban's ability to stage a coup while the 45th president of the United States cannot access the same platform says how far we've come since 20 years ago. I was in U.S. history class when those two planes hit the Twin Towers on 9/11 in 2001. I could not have imagined that 20 years later, platforms in the United States would censor the president of the United States while enabling the Taliban to fly their flag over the U.S. embassy on the 20th anniversary of 9/11. It's staggering.
It really is. And we did reach out to Twitter for a comment, and we didn't hear back, of course. I'm holding a copy of your book. Brian and Steve have it, too. It's fascinating. We've all been reading through it this morning. There's Steve's right there. Brian's over there in front of his computer. And we're fascinated to read this book. Thanks for sending us all copies this morning. But your parents immigrated from India. You were the valedictorian at your small school in Ohio. You went to Harvard. You went to Yale Law School. You founded a multi-billion-dollar enterprise, or several of them. You led a biotech company. You became a hedge fund partner in your 20s.
But other than that...
Right. You've accomplished a lot. You're showing us what stakeholder capitalism really looks like. Why are you pulling back the curtain? Why is it important for us to know what's really happening?
Look, I have lived in elite America. I wasn't born in it, but I've lived it over the last 15 years. And I think there is a defining scam of our century that the American people need to see straight for what it is. And it is that these companies pretend like they care about something other than profit and power precisely to gain more of each. And I think that scam is actually wreaking havoc on American democracy, because a small group of investors and CEOs now get to determine behind closed doors what's actually good for the rest of society at large. And I think that is polarizing our politics. It is racializing our society. It is dividing us to a breaking point. And even in the theme of today that we're talking about, with the sad events that are unfolding in Afghanistan, I look at the military-industrial complex and the way they led America astray to profiteer from the Middle East. Well, I see a new marriage of big government and big business, what I call the woke industrial complex, that is doing the same thing to profiteer off our culture war here in the United States today. And the first step is to shine some sunlight on the problem. That's what I'm doing in the book. And
you also have a show on Fox Nation, and it's called Woke Inc. as well. Let's look at a clip.
And I think there's now, as I said before, a Chinese word for wokeness, baitsuo. They understand this game far more deeply than any of us do. And I think that they are now using wokeism as a geopolitical tool to advance their own agenda.
There's nothing like the threat if we get it wrong here at home. If we aren't focused on the things that matter, the value sets that our founders left to us, that understanding of our republic, then the Chinese Communist Party will have the space.
Vivek, tell us more about the show.
Yeah, sure. So actually, in that particular segment, one of the things I talk about in the show and also in the book is this is the first book to talk about the geopolitical implications of wokeism and woke capitalism. One of those implications is that when we are weak at our core, when we are obsessed with self-criticism as a country, which is what wokeism demands, we lose our ability to project strength abroad at the moments we need it most. I think we actually learned that lesson even in recent days. But where I think we're going to learn it even more painfully is in China, where they have turned our own corporations into Trojan horses back against us, where companies like Disney and the NBA and Goldman Sachs and BlackRock don't say a peep about true injustices in China, but they constantly criticize here the United States at home, which erodes our moral standing on the global stage. And I fear that the day that China invades Taiwan, we're going to see the same thing that we see from these companies. They're going to sit down and cheer while they continue to criticize the United States. So that's one of the things I lay out for the first time in the book, and I talk about in the special as well.
Well, I'm sure you're going to be able to add New York Times bestseller list to your lengthy resume. Here's the book. Everyone pick it up. Thank you so much, Vivek, for coming on. It's called Woke Inc.